believing that you need 8 hours of sleep is a cope. You see, recently I decided to increase my sleep quantity. I guess push forward my wake up time a little bit. So if you saw the first video I made, the morning routine one, and a couple of videos, you see that I was waking up at like 5:15 in the morning. But recently I decided to start waking up at 6 in the morning, so pushed it forward 45 minutes just to get that little bit of extra sleep, because sometimes I work closing shifts at my job, and I get home at like 11, and that's usually when I like to go to sleep. So I figured, you know what, since I cannot consistently hit the bedtime that I would like to, which is, ideally before 11, since I can't consistently hit that, I decided to move it up a little bit. But needless to say, I could easily decide to wake up later, right? I don't have to wake up at 6. I could wake up at 7. I could wake up at 8 if I wanted to, and really ensure I get those 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But you see, I don't think it makes that much of a difference, and here's why. Because when you acknowledge that you want to get things done, when you actually are serious about becoming your best self, becoming your 2.0, part of that is realizing time is money. Realizing that time is money, and that the more time that you give yourself within the day, it essentially equates to what you are able to achieve relative to being in pursuit of your best self. And it's why I will never ever sacrifice waking up early. As much as I feel the need to, as much as I might feel the need to sleep in 1 to 2 extra hours of sleep, I refuse to sacrifice an early wake up time, because of just how much I'm able to get done, how much in the zone I feel when I'm up and at it in the morning. And the main idea is just that you are able to get so many more things done when you choose to wake up early. And it's not to say that waking up later, 7 or 8, is like the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. And within a health aspect, it's obviously much more ideal if you're actually trying to maximize your health. And of course, it's kind of ironic I say that, because I'm actively trying to maximize and improve upon my health, but I still don't necessarily value that 7 to 8 hour magic sleep count to such a high degree. And where I'm trying to go with this is that, at least how I see it, when you're trying to maximize just productivity and life quality, just boost that fulfillment first thing in the morning, I think it's so crucial to have that early wake up, whilst ensuring that you don't, of course, sacrifice your sleep. And this is where I get into sleep quality over quantity. Right? The reason why 8 hours of sleep is just a cope is because quality is so much more important than quantity. And before you even think about deciding to increase your quantity of sleep, before you decide that 7 to 8 hours is what you actually need, you need to double down on quality. I'll throw up some screenshots of my sleep scores, because I have this Garmin watch that tracks my sleep, and you will literally see that even though my duration of sleep, my sleep quantity isn't the best, right? There will be times where I get maybe like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Even in spite of that, you'll see the factors, they're all excellent. It all says excellent, 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 because my quality is in check. I ensure that my wind down routine at night, my nighttime routine leading up to bed, ensures that the quality of sleep I'm getting makes up, it compensates for that lack of quantity. The thing is, even with that lower amount of sleep relative to the 7 to 8 hour magic window, I still feel amazing. I still wake up and I feel energized. I feel amazing, you know, even, especially when you supplement that with just a morning routine that puts you in this high frequency, high vibration state. It's like, I'm just like that. I'm just up and at it first thing in the morning. It doesn't even feel like I quote unquote am sleep deprived, because there's generally people that think that, oh, if I don't get my 7 to 8 hours, I'm going to be sleep deprived. Like, what? If you double down on the quality of sleep, you could sleep 5 to 6 hours. I wouldn't recommend anything below that, honestly, though. But even with 5 or 6 hours of sleep, if the quality is there, you will still feel good. Of course, I'm not saying that 7 to 8 hours shouldn't be the ideal thing within your life. If you can get that on a consistent basis, then by all means, go ahead. But I feel as though, especially if you're trying to maximize productivity and just get things done early on in the day, whilst not necessarily sacrificing your health, it's important to understand that it comes down to just optimizing for those early wake up times and structuring it in a way where you prioritize quality over quantity to ensure that you can still hit that wake up time without necessarily deteriorating your health. And in my circumstances, I just wanted to show that it's possible to do that, where even without 8 hours of sleep, you can still have that structure within your sleep schedule where you can still wake up and just be up and at it. I just hit a workout and now I'm recording this and I feel focused, I feel energized, my mind is clear, I don't have any brain fog, I don't have any, you know, I'm not tired, my eyes aren't like droopy or whatever. It's because I double down on quality of sleep. It is so much more important than quantity. And of course, bringing it back to, you know, why I decided to increase my quantity is because I had already doubled down on quality. So once you do that, then you start to slowly increase the quantity of sleep, and that is really how you maximize your sleep. That is how you achieve peak sleep right there. First you focus on quality, and then you slowly and gradually build up the quantity of sleep. You could be sleeping 7 to 8 hours, but so many people, like, their sleep schedule's all over the place. Their sleep schedule's all over the place, so they could be getting in that quantity, but their quality is just trash, right? Before, you know, just to end off, quality of sleep, it just comes down to structuring your nighttime routine in a way where you're winding down, you're not doing much, you're setting yourself up for success for the next day, going to bed at a consistent time, essentially every night within, you know, 30 to 1 hour window, ideally the same time every single night. But of course, that might not be realistic for a lot of people. You know, for me it's not, so I like to do like a 30 to 1 hour window in terms of my bedtime. But it's really that simple. And of course, you know, just the advice of just, you know, make sure it's cold, make sure you're not looking at lights and, you know, being on your phone that late and whatnot. Having the blue light glasses, I use those. But it's just double down on quality. If you double down on quality, then you will realize that quantity of sleep doesn't matter that much, and that you'll honestly be able to get more things done on less amount of sleep. You'll feel 10 times better than you think you would if you got that 7 to 8 hours of sleep, if you just prioritize quality. But that's all from me. I'm gonna get home, get in my first meal, and yeah, see y'all. I realized I can't end the video because I'm driving. Fuck it.